The purpose of this project is for the member to learn or review basic research methods and present a well-organized and well-researched speech on any topic. The member will present a well-organized, well-delivered speech. The speech may be humorous, informational, or any style the member chooses. The speech content and style should work well together. This project is mainly for the research, and I will be looking for, again, clarity, vocal variety, eye contact, gestures, not gestures, gestures, audience awareness, think about that, and comfort level, interest, and was his speech well researched. He will be speaking to the time of 5 to 7 minutes. Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Leareng. When they send you a link again, can I come down to your house and see what it looks like?
Whatever it is, there's numbers and and I haven't got a clue what it is.
Okay. We get together, neither of us will have a clue.
I'll explain it.
You'll now be getting a cufflink.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next speaker tonight, speaking to the title, Are You Making Time for Your Sleep? Are You Making Time for Your Sleep? Sam Leareng.
Mr. Toastmaster, ladies and gentlemen. One of the few biological functions that we happen to share with all animals in the animal kingdom is sleep. And that tells you that it is not just one of those vestigial functions that we have where every evening we drag ourselves to bed without any purpose. Sleep is an important process because all of our major systems and processes in our body are found to benefit significantly from sleep or be seriously impeded by lack of sleep. And that includes your metabolism, your respiratory systems, your cardiovascular systems, as well as your brain functioning or your neural processes. And that tells you how important sleep is. So tonight we want to talk about sleep. And the question that I'd like you gentlemen to indulge me in is this very question here. Are you making enough time for your sleep? Indulge me for a second and think about it. Are you really making time for your sleep? Matthew Walker, who's, as he refers to himself, unfortunately, Mudikwe is not here. He's a diplomat, but he's a sleep diplomat, a neuroscientist, psychologist, who has worked on sleep for 10 years, has made an argument in his book titled Why We Sleep and in other papers that he has published, talking about the tragedy that mankind is facing. According to his work, we have lost about 2 hours of sleep for us between 1960s and the current time. Imagine that, 2 hours of sleep has been lost. That means we sleep less. It's even worse for countries that where people don't sleep and they're hyper-productive, in countries like Japan. And interestingly, we might think that we do get enough sleep. And that is the worst part about it. When you don't have enough sleep, you might consider yourself to be productive. You've added time to the amount of work that you have to do. But we are terrible, terrible at gauging productivity when we have not had enough sleep. Those are some of the findings that they presented. There are only 1% of the population, human population, who can function on less than 6 hours of sleep without any need for coffee or other stimulants. Others have to take naps in between. Others have to take sleeping pills at the end of the day to try to make up time. Some, of course, I am one of those. We always tell ourselves we will sleep over the weekend to make up for that lost time. And by then the damage is done. So what is this sleep that I'm talking about, and how do we know that we're not getting enough sleep? Sleep has generally two stages. You have what they call the REM sleep, which is rapid eye movement sleep. Then there is the non-rapid eye movement sleep. The non-REM sleep occurs just as you get into bed. It is at that stage that your body warms up to going into a deeper sleep. As soon as you've gotten into bed, and at that point, if somebody wakes you, you won't be startled or disorientated. You're just getting ready for deep sleep. What happens at that point is that you are pruning memories. You're transferring short-term memory to long-term memory. There's also gaining muscle memory. If you exercise, that is why you need to rest after exercising. And there's also growth in hormone secretions. And like I said, preparation for deep sleep. After a while, about 90 minutes into your sleep, you get to REM sleep. And REM sleep is responsible for forming new neural connections. That means if you are working on something that requires your attention, and as they always say, 10,000 hours makes you an expert in what you do. That is where all the good things happen. That is where neural connections are formed, and you begin to store those ideas and form new neurons. You can easily remember such things. Problem solving. You can blunt out emotional or traumatic experiences, past experiences, when you can easily go into REM sleep. And as they make an argument here, there's evidence that shows that PTSD has been or can be addressed or challenged, or the effects of these can be mitigated by using sleep therapy, cognitive function therapy, using like making people go into REM sleep more often. And both of these are generally necessary for you to function very well. So, as I said earlier, when you deprive yourself of sleep, a few things are affected. And we associate sleep disorder with a few things such as higher mortality, risk of cancer, heart disease, weight gain, rate of infection, Alzheimer's, irritability, and inflammation. Even further, you get lower productivity, although you think you're saving time to be more productive. You become less rational in decision making, irritable. Testosterone production is lowered. Your immune system function is weakened. So, the next time you think you're gaining time by not sleeping less, remember that you're compensating for lower productivity and creativity. So you might be wondering, how do I then counter all of these effects? How do I get more sleep? These are not a means to an end, but this can actually help. The first one being something that I'm actually guilty of. Do not use alarm clocks or alarms, because they just irritate your sleep and make you more grumpy. Try to avoid artificial light before bedtime, an hour or two before bedtime. Make sure that you have all the lights in your house turned off. Exercise regularly when you can. Avoid coffee, and do not drink alcohol unless it is completely metabolized by sleep time. So that means you need to give yourself enough time to metabolize alcohol. Avoid large meals and drinks late at night. And most importantly, in the modern age, we spend so much time before bedtime behind the television, our laptops trying to be productive, and our cell phones and our iPads reading up at night just before bedtime. And artificial light is bad for you. So try to avoid artificial light by all means before bedtime. And most importantly, sleeping pills do not help. So when you leave here tonight and go home, think about all of these. Are you going to make time for your sleep, or are you going to compensate for lost productivity and creativity? Mr. Toastmaster.